KWQC.
Guilty. Tonight, Corey Gregory admits to his part in the brutal death of a classmate. How much time he could spend in prison. Why he'll have to face Adrian Reynolds' family.
Safe stop? Why parents say this school bus stop is dangerous and the safety solution.
Pay up or you are out. With less than a week to pay back thousands, the city of Davenport trying to figure out what to do with the swing in the Quad Cities. Why a deal to buy the swing might not save Kevin Krause.
A string of burglaries. Why these businesses are getting hit more than once and why police say one man is to blame.
The top in our first 6 minutes tonight, unrest in parts of Rock Island. Good evening, I'm Gary Mativier.
And I'm Sharon DeRick. In the last few weeks, 3 people have been shot and killed in the same neighborhood in Rock Island. Just last night, another shooting, not deadly this time. Police say they're looking for 22-year-old Daryl Shears Jr. and that he shot 20-year-old Raphael Gray after the two got into a fight. Tonight, police say they need help to stop the violence. KWQC's Elizabeth Goodsit joins us now live from Rock Island. So, Elizabeth, what are they talking about?
Well, Sharon, they're telling us they can get out of the station. They can patrol these streets. They can solve these crimes. But that is the easy part. Officers tell us actually preventing these crimes is what's tough. And it's going to take the entire community working together to do it. Kids walk home from school, ride their bikes, buy the first bomb pops of the season.
I want the purple.
It could be your neighborhood. It could be any neighborhood. But this neighborhood in Northwest Rock Island is plagued by violence.
People around this area, they're afraid for their lives.
Last week, 20-year-old Andrell Hearn murdered. And just last night, as a vigil for him was getting underway, another shot rang out here.
I was shocked. I couldn't believe it.
We found Yvonne McDaniel's family sitting out on her stoop.
Yeah, it's still daylight.
They tell us after dark when the trouble starts, and so far, they haven't seen a way to stop it.
The police is not getting down doing their job. Somebody do a crime, leave the good people alone and get the people who are doing the crime.
Police say they are breaking the city into 5 sections, assigning officers a beat, increasing patrols in problem areas. But
just putting officers on the street is not going to solve anything.
Captain Scott Harris says, look at last night. City police, a county officer, even squads from the state in this neighborhood. And someone was still shot.
Community policing is where the community gets involved and in a proactive manner, not in my neighborhood.
He tells us that's starting to happen here. Area pastors spent Sunday preaching peace from their pulpits. Some neighbors formed a community watch. Many in this community say just talking about this problem may be the first step to solving it.
People just have to communicate better. You know, why should it take a lot of things like this, you know, negative things like this to happen for people to finally just open their eyes and say, hey, let's do something.
And neighbors tell us they want police to start with the guns, tracking them, trying to get them off the streets and out of the hands of kids. Meantime, officers say the public can give them a head start. If neighbors see someone with a gun or hear about a feud that's brewing, they need to call in, stop it before it starts, escalates into something bigger. We are live here in Rock Island. Elizabeth Goodsit, KWQC-TV 6 News.
And Rock Island police tell us they are also cracking down on anyone involved in a crime. While one person was arrested, charged with the shooting death of Andrell Hearn last week, another man has also been arrested. Police say he was not the shooter, but did have a gun at the scene.
Time is running out for the swing. Its owner, Kevin Krause, owes the city of Davenport hundreds of thousands of dollars, 6 days and counting now before he has to pay up. Tonight, Davenport trying to figure out what to do if he doesn't pay. All of this debate while there's someone coming in the 9th inning who wants to play ball and buy the swing. Could it be a move to keep the swing in play? KWQC's Tiffany Tift is live in Davenport with the latest tonight. Tiffany?
Well, we told you about the group called Raccoon Baseball Incorporated who wants to buy the team and says they'll even pay the swing's debt to the city. Meanwhile, the city says Krause either needs to pay up or sell. Otherwise, there will be repercussions, and they're writing up their own playbook to see what happens next.
Next step is we go to court and evict.
The countdown is coming to an end, and Alderman Bill Lynn says if swing owner Kevin Krause doesn't pay, then his team needs to go.
You're out.
But not everyone on the Davenport City Council agrees.
The way to go is to file a lien against the baseball team to cut the money that we're owed. Closing the doors, per se, will only slow down the revenue source for doing so.
City leaders have not decided on what their next move will be if Krause defaults. but they do agree the city's getting backed into a corner.
If we don't do something, then we have, it just weakens our position.
And now there's a new player on the field, a potential buyer that wants to step in and take over the swing, and they're willing to pay Krause's debt. But if Krause doesn't pay the city by May 3rd, Davenport could put a lien on the swing's property and potentially disrupt the sale of the swing, leaving Alderman Lynn optimistic that Krause will pay his debt if, in fact, he does want to sell.
There is a potential buyer sitting out there, and right now, if we were to proceed, he really doesn't have, at that point, anything to sell.
As for the fans,
I think he needs to fulfill it, or I think he needs to back out. I mean, if somebody else is offering to step in and fulfill that obligation for him and he's not going to, then back out and let somebody else take care of it.
It really doesn't matter to me who owns the team as long as the team stays here. I think there might be a problem with Krause and ownership. If he's not paying his bills, I don't know what the city's going to do with either shutting him down or buying out the team or what. It doesn't matter as long as the team stays here.
now Krause says he has not received a formal offer as of yet. There has been talk about an offer to buy the team for about $7 million. Now Krause says that's not enough, but they are negotiating, and if RBI offers him a deal he can't refuse, there's a good chance he will sell. We're live in Davenport. Tiffany Tift, KWQC-TV 6 News.
Tiffany, thank you. There is one way Krause can get around paying the city and not suffer any consequences. If he sells the team in the next few days, the potential new owners would pay the money that Krause owes. It would be a deposit, and they would get it back if the deal fell through. Another emotional day for the family of Adrian Reynolds.
Today, the second teen accused of her death pleaded guilty. Corey Gregory's lawyers and the prosecution reached the agreement today. He was set to go to trial on Monday in Peoria. There, if found guilty, he could have faced 95 years in prison. This deal gives him a maximum of 45 years. The prosecution says it was willing to make a deal because Gregory had been cooperative throughout the investigation. He led police to Adrian's body. Also, as part of the deal, Gregory will meet with the Reynolds family.
I don't know what I want to say to him. I'll figure it out when I get face to face with him, I guess. I just want to know what happened. Why?
Oh, he feels bad about the whole thing. He wished he'd never gotten that car, if he could turn back the clock. He's just being around the wrong people and the wrong time.
With the plea, Gregory will not face charges for cutting up the body in Mercer County. He will be sentenced on July 10th. Now, the other teen in this crime, Sarah Kolb, will be sentenced in June. She was convicted in February in Reynolds' death. She faces more than 60 years in prison. Now to our weather forecast. A beautiful day out there today.
Meteorologist Eric Maitland with tonight's first alert forecast.
And it was a little bit of a cool start. 39 degrees was the low this morning, but we turned it into a 71-degree high temperature, so things are looking good, and the evening hours have been pretty pleasant as well, with temperatures slowly dropping through the 60s for the most part. Now we're back into the 50s in most areas. 58 in Iowa City and the Quad Cities metro area, 58 in Burlington, 57 in Princeton, Clinton. You're still holding on to 61 degrees, and as we go through the course of the overnight hours, not a whole lot happening. A few clouds from time to time, but it looks like the bulk of the cloud cover staying off to our west, but it will eventually get in here tomorrow as we go through our Friday, and it looks like as we get into the afternoon, some of these clouds a little bit later in the afternoon might produce an isolated sprinkle, but it looks like the best chance of rain will hold off till later tomorrow night. Then unfortunately it gets going right on through Saturday for some pretty wet times as we go through our Quad Cities weekend. Here's a look at the planner then for the overnight. By the time we finish things up and get up in the morning, partly cloudy at 6 o'clock, mid-40s, 64 at noon, partly sunny skies, and this represents a slow increase in cloud cover. Will be mostly cloudy by 3 o'clock. Temperature should be pretty mild once again. Enjoy it because it's going to be cooler for the weekend with those clouds and that rain. 70 degrees at 3 o'clock.
A string of burglaries around the Quad City area, and tonight the person police think did it is behind bars.
They say the reason he was caught is because this isn't the first time he's committed the crime. KWQC's Lauren Dietrich explains.
Here at Heavenly Java, owner Chris Smith calls his job, well, heavenly.
Heavenly Java is what I call a blue-collar coffee shop. It's a drive-up, drive-through.
A quick trip for caffeine lovers, and lately, a quick trip for criminals.
It was last Tuesday, and that was the second time I got broke into. A week ago Sunday, I broke into the first time.
And he's not the only one. In a little more than a month, dozens of businesses have been hit in the Quad Cities, including Moline Shy Cuts Barbershop.
up on the avenues, I mean, I just couldn't believe it because, I mean, it's too much traffic for somebody to be trying to do that at any type of the day, night, or whatever.
The other cities include Hampton, Milan, and Rock Island. And police say it's all because of one man.
I would guess to say that he's probably involved in probably 60 to 70% of all the burglaries we've had recently, as far as businesses.
44-year-old James Dixon caught this week, and police say what led them to Dixon is that he's done this before.
5 years ago, this same individual was hitting the exact same businesses.
And served time, but police say since he's been out, he's been up to no good, leaving owners like Heavenly Java's Chris Smith buzzing with worry.
With this, if I lose $75, I gotta sell an awful lot of coffee to make it up.
And it's not the caffeine. Lauren Dietrich, KWQC TV 6 News.
Dixon is being held in the Rock Island County Jail for burglaries in Rock Island. Charges still pending from other cities.
More than 1,100 people wanted for violent sex crimes are now behind bars, all part of a nationwide sweep called Operation Falcon 2. This year it focused on sex offenders. In all, more than 9,000 fugitives were arrested. The Illinois State Police and Iowa State Patrol and Rock Island County Sheriff's Department helped in this investigation. Joe Daviess County authorities say they have busted a meth lab. Police say inside the home they found meth-making supplies and more than 800 grams of liquid and powdered methamphetamine. Police arrested William Perry. He is in the Joe Daviess County Jail.
And many of you might be thinking about alternative fuels thanks to high gas prices. So why are prices so high and where does all the money go? We'll take a look.
Plus, soldiers fighting in Iraq come home to fight debt collectors. Why the government's charging injured soldiers for being AWOL. But first...
Now I could sit out here all day and write tickets until my hands cramped up.
School bus stop in a dangerous place. Why kids have to cross this busy road and how it can change. The safety solution is next.
And we'll finish off what has been a pretty decent work week with one more mild day, but don't get too used to it anymore. It looks like a cool change for the weekend. Wet as well. We'll have your first alert forecast coming up. 39 the low this morning. We were frost free, but a nice afternoon. 71 today's high.
At Ford, we believe that you should get more. More security. Only found with the Ford 500. The safest car on the road. It's peace of mind that's truly in a class of its own. Right now, we're giving you more for less. Get into a Ford 500 with 0% financing for 60 months. That's 0 for 60 on the safest car on the road, and that's more for less. Ford 500, built for the heartland, built for the road ahead.
At Gardentown USA, variety is the spice of life. Start with 100 varieties of herbs, 40 varieties of peppers, and 60 tomato varieties, 35 clematis, plus lots of impatiens and petunias, and 25 tropical canna varieties. Add in 600 hosta varieties, 400 perennials, 150 daylilies, and the list goes on and on. Stop in now while selection's at its best. Remember, at Gardentown USA, we grow it, we know it. It's easy to find. Take Rockingham to Fairmont, Fairmont to Dean Avenue.
You're watching the Quad Cities' #1 station for news, KWQC-TV 6, the station that cares for you.
Well, good evening, everybody. On our 3D Doppler radar, we've been watching some light rain that has, for the most part, been in the clouds as opposed to landing on the ground, crossing Iowa this evening. And what's left of it? Well, there it comes into southeastern Iowa. So the clouds have made it, but the rain just isn't going to do it. We've got very dry air at the surface here. The screen you see around the Quad Cities and back toward Des Moines, that's nothing, just ground clutter and radar interference. But the rain, again, came our way up in the clouds, but that's where it stayed. So we have a dry night. However, this time tomorrow night, we will probably be seeing some actual rain making it into and through the Mississippi Valley, and that will set us up for what could be a pretty wet weekend, especially on Saturday. But don't worry, the Walk America will still go on for the March of Dimes. Just bring your garbage bag, stay comfortable, rain or shine. It's a great event. We hope you all turn out. Partly cloudy right now in the Quad Cities, 58 degrees, even if you just turn out to see Gary. 45% humidity, pressure's on the rise, no wind, and the dew point at 37. So again, there's that dry air, which is going to keep that rain from falling. And gosh, it's awfully dark out there, isn't it? All right, here's a look at the straightforward forecast for the night. Just a few clouds from time to time as we go through the day. Tomorrow, one more mild day. Highs probably getting up to about 70 degrees again, about 4 degrees above where we should be. But later on in the day, especially in the evening and the overnight, that's when the rain will develop, and that will last into Saturday, into Sunday, and rain chances continue Monday as well. Here's one storm off to our north, another one gathering strength over the southwest. They're all going to kind of merge right over the Midwest, so don't look at this rain with any concern because that's staying up in the clouds and drying up as we speak. But the rain coming from those two systems over the next 24 hours, that's when it'll finally catch up with us and make for a wet weekend around the Quad Cities. 50 in Galena right now, 52 Iowa City, 56 Burlington. Pretty decent temperatures for this time of the year and this time of the night. At midnight, we've got mostly clear skies, but a few clouds here and there, and that will be the trend as we get into the morning hours and through our Friday. From time to time, some clouds passing by. Eventually in the afternoon, some of these clouds might actually start to overcome that dry air and sprinkle on us, but it looks like as we get into the evening, and especially tomorrow night, take a look back off to the west. Here's the leading edge of what will be a pretty rainy period as all that rain crosses over the area tomorrow night into Saturday especially, which will probably be the wetter day of the next 3. But again, that rain chance continues into Sunday and Monday as well. So it looks like a pretty decent day with sun and just a few clouds, but the rain will be on the way late. Highs in the mid and upper 60s off to the north-southeast breeze, 10 to 15. Off to the south, temperatures getting back to about 70, at least the upper 60s. And with the rain being delayed now, it looks like we could even be a little bit warmer than those upper 60s in southeast Iowa. Might even tap 70 there too. That's what we're going for here in the metro. Clouding up, and later in the evening could see our first few drops of rain with east winds at 10 to 15 during the day. So 70 not too bad this time of year, a few degrees above normal. Here's a look at the planner then as we start the day tomorrow. 45 partly cloudy, 64 at noon, partly sunny. You notice we do increase the clouds as we go through the day. There's that 70-degree high at about 3 o'clock, and then in the evening we'll bring in the rain. 6-day planner shows that as we get into the weekend, then the rain will continue, especially on Saturday with the cooler temperatures only topping out at 58 degrees. Even cooler on Sunday, 56, but back to near 60 on Monday and mid and upper 60s with dry weather Tuesday and Wednesday. But look at those overnight lows, mid 40s to upper 40s, so it's a little bit better this time around than the 30s that we had last few nights.
Look at the bright side,
He's trying to show us the silver lining to this weekend.
Although you'll probably be sleeping through it, but it's still silver.
There it is. Eric, thanks. Well, the school bus stop, a place for your kids to patiently wait in the morning.
But KWQC discovered at least one dangerous bus stop where kids have to cross busy streets, and there could be more of them.
Tonight, KWQC's Mike Mickles shows you the safety solution, what needs to be done to change this dangerous bus stop, and why even more changes could come.
A hill, a curve, a change in speed limits, and at times a blinding sun. And just feet away, children waiting to catch the bus.
People coming down through the valley with this bus stop. A bus just left, and here we got this guy coming at 48 and a 35.
Deputy Troy McClyman patrols this stretch several times a week, and every time it's the same thing.
I screwed up. I apologize, and
not a problem. If you
pay the ticket and won't do it again.
Alrighty. Yeah, if you travel this road again, just watch your speeds. Right at the bottom of this hill over here is the bus stop, so we got to keep that aware of.
Maybe this driver will watch his speed from now on, but others won't.
Now I could sit out here all day and write tickets until my hands cramped up.
This is Forest Grove Road between 35th Street in LeClaire and Wells Ferry. In the middle of this speed zone sits a school bus stop at the Trout Valley subdivision.
When they're coming down here, it's 55 and it goes right to 35, so a lot of them don't slow down. And same with this direction. Yeah, they go pretty fast on this road.
Teresa Richardson drops her son Jesse off at this bus stop every morning. Jesse's seen plenty of evidence of dangerous driving.
A couple, like last year, I saw a couple crashes going here when I was like right around the corner.
So you actually saw accidents happening right out there?
One was in the winter, so it was pretty icy. So.
To make matters worse, the kids actually have to cross Forest Grove. Does it make you nervous having a 6-year-old out here?
Every day. And especially with the buses not coming up here, it scares me a lot, and they have to cross the street instead of the bus picking up on the same side of the road.
Deputy McClyman says that's a problem that he thinks could be easily fixed. Have the bus driver come into the subdivision.
That would be a good idea also, and then he could go up and turn around on one of the side streets in here just to get him out of the roadway.
The bus stop is in the Pleasant Valley School District. We took the concerns and that possible solution to the school superintendent. He says fixing the problem is unfortunately not that easy.
It's a private drive instead of a public road,
and therefore the widths are different from where we typically take buses.
Simply put, on a private drive in a subdivision, the road is much more narrow, anywhere from 7 to 12 feet more narrow than a public road. Superintendent Spellhog says there is also no way for the bus to circle around and leave the subdivision. That means it would have to back out, causing more safety concerns. If driving into this subdivision is not a possibility, what can be done? Deputy McClyman says the dangers with the bus stop are obvious.
As you can see, there's a big hill here. It's surrounded by trees. It's real hard to see when you come around the corner. And plus, as one gentleman that I stopped said, he couldn't see because the sun was in his eyes every morning.
That's a fear parents of these children face every day.
It's just the traffic does come down this hill pretty speedy. You know, when they come around that bend, it's just they come around real fast. So I'd noticed that the sheriff had been here a while, and I was just hoping that they was going to try and do something to slow it down a little bit, because I just feel that I can't let him alone here until, they slow it down.
School administrators, parents, and Scott County deputies are all in agreement. Changing the speed limit to 35 is a move in the right direction. Now the PB School Board is discussing a complete overhaul of the bus route system. Until something is done, Deputy McClyman says moms of these children have the right idea.
I'd say keep them in their cars until the bus actually comes to a stop, and then let the kids jump out. The bus will wait for them, but just let the kids jump out and walk over to the bus at the time, because all the traffic is stopped. You don't have anybody come flying around the corner at them.
In the meantime, Deputy McClyman will be out here, handing out his own reminders to drivers who pass by. In Scott County, I'm Mike Mickle, KWQC TV 6 News.
This is just one part of a bigger problem. Of course, we all want to make our neighborhoods safer. Now you can. Do drivers speed in your area?
Do you have an idea that could improve the quality of life in the Quad Cities? Send it in to KWQC Safety Solution, a way for you to be heard and get results. Email us at news@kwqc.com or call our tip line 563-823-KWQC. Report news anytime, and of course, we will check it out.
Oh, we all know how high gas prices are, but tonight we know where that money's going, at least a lot of it. Find out next.
But first,
I was a 24-year-old war hero and shouldn't have had to deal with this.
Hundreds of soldiers hurt in Iraq, now forced to pay up for going AWOL. How can this happen to America's finest? Next.
The news is sponsored in part by R.K. Dixon.
Everything just runs better.
Let's test your knowledge with this category. In 1899, Smith & Wesson introduced the Model 10 gun that fires this special caliber. Test your knowledge. Next Jeopardy!
Weekdays at 4 on TV 6.
Whoever said money can't buy happiness never won $100 grand on wheel. And there's a lot more where that came from.
Weeknights at 6:30 on TV 6. Score big with Made Right and the Quad City Steamwheeler. Stop by any Quad City Made Right location, purchase a tailgate meal, and you'll receive a complimentary ticket to one of the first 4 Steamwheeler home games. And for every additional ticket purchased, $1 will be donated to the New Kingdom Trail Riders. Everybody wins with Made Right and the Steamwheelers.
It is a problem that is bigger than first feared.
U.S. troops wounded in Iraq fighting to bounce back from injuries, but also having to fend off bill collectors. Those collectors demanding money improperly charged to vets by the military. More than 8,000 veterans affected, 900 of them soldiers and Marines wounded in battle. Brandy Taylor is in pain from the shrapnel blasted into her leg by Iraqi insurgents and the bills fired at her by the U.S. Army.
I didn't deserve it. The financial hassle hurt me more than my wound hurt me, because I can live with a piece of shrapnel in my knee, but I can't live with people hounding me, calling me, telling me I owe a debt, I have to pay money back.
Specialist Taylor, Army Reserve, was a driver in a convoy like this near Baghdad in March of 2004 when the mortar struck. After her Purple Heart ceremony came the notices, docking her for being AWOL, when in fact she was having leg operations in an Air Force hospital. Then came a collection agency and a bad credit report. In a House hearing today, Taylor fired back.
I was a 24-year-old war hero and shouldn't have had to deal with this.
Lawmakers agree.
Almost without exception, the deaths we're talking about are caused by a sluggish, misfiring pay system, not the soldier.
As these Illinois National Guard troops returned from Iraq, the bad billing numbers were released. $10 million in improper charges or pay cuts to 8,500 Iraq war vets. 900 of them battle-wounded soldiers like Brandy Taylor, who's campaigning against what some are calling financial friendly fire. And the Pentagon promises to get its pay computers working better, but says under current law, when soldiers do owe money, even from being overpaid, the military cannot just drop the matter.
ExxonMobil Corporation, the world's biggest oil company, is reporting an $8.4 billion profit for the first quarter. That is the 5th highest quarterly report of any public company in history. It is adding fuel to the debate over who's profiting from skyrocketing gas prices and how to fix it. Today, Senate Democrats filibustered for 5 hours to kill an oil industry subsidy. Plus, Senate Republicans adopted a Democrats' plan to suspend the 18-cent gas tax and cancel some tax breaks for oil companies.
Next in sports, Tom says both the Swing and the parent Cardinals are in action tonight.
Tom also highlights a softball showdown between small school powers. Next in sports.
Tonight, Jay's All New with Jennifer Love Hewitt and TV legend Merv Griffin, plus the idol Wheel of Consolation and stuff Jay found on eBay. Then on Conan Deal or No Deals, Howie Mandel tonight.
The news is sponsored in part by Country Insurance and Financial Services.
You can't ignore it forever. It's your future. It's real life. Whatever your goals may be, it's important to get real answers from people you know and trust. At Country Insurance and Financial Services, we'll help you feel secure for everything life has coming your way. Country, real answers for real financial security. Because this is real life.
This is our country.
Moments treasured for a lifetime. Moments even more incredible for a baby born at just 25 weeks, weighing just 1 pound, 13 ounces.
Those first steps brought tears to my eyes. I was excited and had a lot of pride.
Taking steps that wouldn't have been possible without the research and advances supported by the March of Dimes. Join me and little Abby here as we take steps for premature babies. Walk with us in the Quad Cities on April 29th because every step counts.
It's new, it's fresh, it's only on KWQC.com. It's half off Fridays. Treat yourself to half off gift certificates from area businesses who really know how to spoil their customers. This week, let Coleman Flowers design a spring arrangement for your home, or lift your spirits with a balloon bouquet or personalized gift basket. On Friday mornings at 9 a.m., go to KWQC.com, click on Half Off Fridays icon, and treat not only yourself, but your pocketbook. Get instant gratification at Half Off Fridays only on KWQC.com.
So we're going to start things off with some softball
Yes,
tonight.
we are. 2 good teams. Great weather today, too.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
We've known it for years. There's good softball in these here parts, in the Quad City proper and in the fringe limits. Morrison and Riverdale getting after it in the Key Three Rivers game today. Both teams have outstanding pitchers. That's Morrison's Ashley Patton recording the strikeout. Still scoreless in the 4th. The Rams get on the board. Val Mitchell drives one to the gap in right center. Bree Ford will motor it into overdrive, scoring all the way from first for the game's first run. Rams protect that 1-run lead in the 5th. Morrison loading the sacks, but Mitchell gets great support as Megan Crean fires across the diamond at Gina Stearns. Rams win at 1-0, handing Morrison its first loss after 17 wins.
Bree Ford have been waiting for this since our freshman year, and we were finally able to accomplish it. We were all so happy. We all got pumped. We were all talking about all day at school how pumped we were going to be tonight, and we did, and we came out and accomplished the win.
We played them earlier, but a couple weeks ago we lost 3-2 in 8 innings. It was a great game just like this. Seniors stepped it up a lot. Got a big hit from Val and big single from Bree. It was just a great all-around defensive game, and Val pitched excellent.
And not far from that, Diamond, the Morrison baseball team was leading Riverdale 4-3, 2 outs in the 7th, but the Rams get the bases loaded. And Marcus Campbell, a deep drive to center, scores Chris Dillon and Matt Moon, and Rams win a 4-3 thriller. Prep softball. Scoreboard, Allman throws a combo no-hitter at Rocky 5-zip. Geneseo scales Rock Falls. 8-2. Up in the big leagues, Cardinals welcome the Washington Nationals to new Busch Stadium. Bottom one, Redbirds off and winging, courtesy of Jim Edmonds. A 3-run thumper to deep right field, his 4th of the year. Just like that, Sidney Ponson and the Cardinals have a 3-0 lead. Bottom 7, though, and that's nip it to 3-2. Scott Spezio comes up big with the 2-run double. Albert Pujols and Juan Encarnacion score. Cardinals win their 4th in a row, 6-2. Both the Cubs and White Sox had the day off. Certainly a real selling point for the Swing is a delightful diamond down by the river, an ideal setting for baseball. Swing continuing their home series with the Beloit Snappers tonight. Home team putting the offense up in the opening inning. Matt Wilkerson's bouncer. Well, it gets kicked long enough for him to leg it out. That scores Colby Rasmus, who also homered tonight. A 4-0 lead. But wouldn't you know it, those Snappers come back to tie the game, and right now they're still fit to be tied. It's 4-4 in the 15th inning down at JOD. Same two teams Friday night at O'Donnell. 3 years ago, Adam Haluska made in-state waves when he transferred his basketball talents from Iowa State to Iowa. Now the Cyclones get a payback as Alex Thompson is leaving the Hawkeye nest and transferring to Iowa State. The 6'9" Thompson will have to sit out a year, and he'll have 2 seasons under new ISU coach Greg McDermott, who also gave scholarship releases to Sean Taggart and Tasheed Clark today. NBA playoffs on tap tonight in Chicago. MJ in the house to watch his Bulls try and beat the Heat. Andres Nocioni with the drive and the foul. Bulls up 6 at halftime. Third quarter, Curry Heinrich on the break feeds Ben Gordon. Nothing but net, and the Bulls begin to pull away. They had a big lead after 3 quarters, and then some frustration sets in. James Posey will ram Heinrich, and he gets the old heave-ho. Ejected and dejected. Bulls win 109-90. Miami still leads the series 2-1, but Game 4 is back in Chicago on Sunday.
Yeah, that was a pretty dirty move there.
I would say cheap shot. That would be a visual aid.
Not football or hockey. It's supposed to be basketball.
Thanks, Tom. Up next, a unique art project that got some Quad City kids in a sticky situation.
And a check of your First Alert forecast next.
The news is sponsored in part by Dodge.
The bold style, the confidence, even the way it moves, all expected. But you never expected the all-new Dodge Caliber to come with an available chill zone, music gate power, and enough room to make all others respect the unexpected.
It's a big weekend at the Swing of the Quad Cities. Thirsty Thursday starts off the homestand with beverage specials. On Friday, the first 500 fans will take home a schedule poster. After Saturday's game, stick around for the first iWireless fireworks spectacular of the season. Sunday is Augustana College Day and Family Fun Day.
Swing of the Quad Cities, an all-star summer at JOD.
Get your tickets now.
It's our while you were spring cleaning, you might have noticed you need some new furniture spring clearance sale.
Here we go.
At Furniture Row, we need to clear things out as well. So you'll find special sale prices on hundreds of items throughout our stores. Plus, we're offering no payments and no interest for 1 year on top of our 200% guaranteed lowest price pledge. Clearance sale time at Furniture Row, where you'll find huge savings and 4 specialty stores all in one location. Furniture Row Shopping Center, centered around you.
It is Thursday, so we didn't want to leave you without something made in the QCA.
No, it could be the next big fashion breakthrough or maybe just a little fun. Strike a pose, Eric, fresh from the catwalk.
Yeah.
A Riverbend Middle School 8th grade art class in Fulton, Illinois. These outfits made completely with the latest fashion material to hit the scene. That's duct tape.
Oh, looks pretty good. Our teacher, Mackenzie Jackson, says some outfits took more than 5 rolls and at least 3 hours to make. And actually, doesn't look too bad, I think.
Good job. Duct tape can do just about anything. Now it can be worn for the latest accessories.
I didn't know it came in so many colors.
Yeah, it's getting it off.
Oh, there's a whole wonderful world of duct tape out there, Sharon.
I did not know.
Got to go to the hardware store and discover it. Yeah, it's holding most of my house together. Might as well hold my pants up. So This evening, we've got clear to partly cloudy skies, and we'll increase those clouds. Don't look there, Tom. Throughout the day tomorrow, 45 when you wake up, at 70 for the high, and some rain on the way tomorrow night. And yeah.
I thought those were suspenders. Now we know.
Duct tape.
I didn't know what you were doing there.
The black tape blends in well.
You don't want to know.
And what about sports?
Mallards tomorrow night, Game 4.
All right.
Formal color.
Next news tomorrow at 5 a.m.
Have a nice night.
Good night.
You're watching NBC, America's late night leader.